content warning. This following contains strong language. It's a little spicy. Viewer discretion is advised. Linda Munn, te man and only. Ko ia, tērā auntie. E kore rawa koe e hehea ki te whawhai. He ringa toi tūturu, pono ki te kaupapa. E tahiwa, e pono rawa. Heoi, ko tērā te take e aroha nui ana tātou ki aia. I tēnei hōtaka o porokāte, ka kōrero ngātahi maua mo ana mahi toi, te kaupapa me te kāra. Ko ia te morehu o te hunga, nā rātou te hake Tino Rangatiratanga I hanga. Nā reira, kia mau ki te tarau whānau, ākua nei, ka runga ai tātou, te momo o te tangata, e ū ana ki te Tino Rangatiratanga.
Porokāte is a podcast by the Hori and te Kuru. Toi tu te porokāte, toi tu te reo Māori.
Kia ora koutou, nau mai, hoki mai ki te porokāte. Toi tū te porokāte, ko Hori toku ingoa ko au tete o ngā kaiwhakahaere. Māui ana te kure tēnei wā, engari kei te pai, ka aroha ki a koe. Me huri ki toku manuhiri o te rā. Miss Munn, the Munn and only, Linda Munn. Just absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to having this kōrero, mates. We've had a couple of great days. Welcome to Otaki, e hoa. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
You didn't want to do a no fair queer? Because there's so much whakapapa there.
No haue whā.
Aye.
And I can't do one and not do the other three. Because someone will get pissed off. So I belong to the people. I'm not bossy.
Sorry. No, you're not.
But, you should know what your shit's about. I've taught a lot of people, not even in the kind of teaching realm as in mahi toi.
Whakapapa is a massive part of your artwork. Tell us about that and how it was used in some of your earlier works.
First reason why whakapapa is really important to me is because I didn't think I had any.
Mm.
I didn't realise I was Māori. I didn't go to a marae till I was 18.
Mm.
It wasn't important to my parents to teach that, I found my place in the universe, and that's why whakapapa, I find it important for all of us. So I like to help people find their origins and their whakapapa too, especially those who've been through state care and stuff like that, or just other trauma, yeah.
You guys kind of come from this, when you speak of the Hilders, the Hornies, the Annettes.
That's the real, like my sister Annette, man. We get it,
yeah. But you were known as absolute rebellious, like rebels, and the way, this whole thing of rebel or rebels gets kind of put on people these days.
I don't know what a rebel is.
Yeah. Because you got a lot of flack.
But we deflected really well.
Yeah.
Either that or someone got punched out. But the whole point, and Hilda and Mike Smith always honed, it was all about a passive protest, passive hīkoi. Don't give them what they want. I think 1990 was hilarious. That's the year that Pat Hakaraia climbed up to the flagpole and put the tino up. That was massive.
When you're in those days, when you guys were trying to hold space in every situation or take space in every situation, you guys were like, if you go back to it, you were copying it from every direction, not just Pākehā, but from Māori.
Our own were the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't know why we were doing it. Why weren't we just compliant? It's like, but my learning from Hilda and Hone was the haka. Well, everyone knows the notorious haka episode with Hilda came out and took on those university students. Little wee Hilda. It's like, why should we compromise and keep, and roll over, let them take our land, let them give us the dirtiest jobs, lack of education. It's just still going on now. We're still compromising.
Yep.
And it's another older generation going, oh, they're still saying to us, oh, leave it alone.
Aye.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
We're going, nah, off.
I even find today my biggest critics for my mahi are my own. And the ones that have the biggest kōrero with me are my whānau. Will be like, what are you up to? Or, you know,
have they not got it?
They do now.
Do they? You know, it's like this, you know, brown colonizer, you know, and the kupapa.
Aye.
We should do that T-shirt too, please. Be the kaupapa, not a kupapa.
Aye. Yeah,
I'm serious, because I'm over it. I'm over our own selling us out for cushy positions within government offices or wherever, NGOs, you know, getting funding, but it's not directly benefiting our people or our communities.
Do you think it comes from that naive, you know, place? Like they just don't know any different, or they're just choosing not to know?
It's 2024.
I know, but there's some that are still out
You know,
there.
like, if it hadn't been for the likes of Tamatoa, who started educating Māori and others around, you know, reclaiming our language, reclaiming our rights as, you know, mana whenua. I tell you though, my dad was my biggest fan.
Yeah.
He would video everything. Like, he spotted me on the news a few times and with my kids in my pushchair, pushing my kids.
Yeah.
Like, and my dad was so proud.
Yeah, cool.
You know, and he came from a place, you know, that was complete opposite of where his daughter was going. Sometimes I wonder why I did it, but it was the right thing to do. And in 2024, you need to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Naivety might kiss my ass.
Yeah. It's
And you know what? You're selling out, because I get job security and everything else, but, you know, have a good look, bro or broette, around who are you doing it for? Who's it benefiting? Especially NGOs, they're pissing me off, claiming all this government funding, but they're not helping directly our communities.
I always wonder how they're going to feel, these MPs and these people that are Māori, that are working with the government, which is potentially and blatantly anti-Māori.
Shane Jones used to be I thought he was one of our superstars back in the day. I don't know what's happened to the man, because he was part of Tamatoa too. He was the most beautiful speaker. He said the best way to take down a corrupt government is to become part of that and take them out, get the rotten inside. I think we're all disappointed, especially Te Kawariki.
Right.
We're really disappointed, but
There's a few of these MPs that are from up the north. Do you think that the kōrero and the whakaaro up there at the moment is along the same lines as with Shane, or?
when we were up there at Waitangi this year.
Yeah.
See, Ngāti Manu and Ngāti Hinewe and Te Kapotai, we're pretty fearless, saying courageous to wāhine.
Yeah.
Anyway, message came back to my nieces, who are pretty. They're older than me, but they're my nieces because the whakapapa.
Right.
And they go, Auntie, listen to this. We got told to leave Shane Jones alone. I went, what? Okay, yeah, Auntie. And are you going to listen? No. Because who are you to tell Ngāti Manu what to do?
Yeah.
You know, they forget who we came from. Like Hīkoi, Pomare is our tupuna.
Aye.
He didn't bow down.
Yeah.
You know?
There was a whisper around his haka tautoko. And
Did you saw it?
Well, yeah. I heard that they didn't want to do it, but ka kōrero te tahi kaumata, he brings the meat in and feeds everyone, so we'll do it.
That's the other thing
so there's
too.
a different kind of kōrero. But so they did it, but you know there was a they were hesitant to do it.
The thing is, though, it may be so, but you're selling the soul of you're selling off our future whakapapa. You're selling your soul because of what he can bring. You know, what happened to Ngāpuhi? We were complete, We can stand on our own. We can have our own economy. We've proven it. We've done it. Why are you dependent on one little fat cat who doesn't even live in, he's not even lives in Ngāi Takatoa anymore. He lives in, he's here. His ahua looks like it's taken a few hits. He's not looking well like he used to.
Pēr ko te tahi tohu o tōna manawa.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You don't want to wish that on anybody, but think about it.
Yeah.
You kind of mind your own. I mean, as brutal as I am, as straightforward as I am, I talk about my own truth and it's my own experiences. Like, I hate gossip. I'm terrible with it because you tell me something and then it's gone. But if it's fact and truth, it sticks. Yeah. And if I've seen a lot of shit with my own eyes, But some of it I keep to myself.
Yeah.
I'm saving it.
Let's get into that. Let's talk about your truth and your artwork. Obviously, artists like ourselves are probably known more for taking risks and doing things that is life. As an artist for you, though, do you call yourself? Are you a Māori artist? Wāhine toa artist? How do you describe yourself in your?
I'm just an artist who happens to be Māori and proud of it.
Aye.
There's no gender attached to it. Nothing.
Let's go into te kara.
Yeah, let's go to my happy place.
Nā whakaaro I pāna ki nā kara. When did this happen? What was Aotearoa like at the time that this was designed by
Te Kawariki.
Aye.
Because, Te Kawariki was whānau. We had some really astute people, and Shane Jones was part of that. He actually translated the kara, the whakaaro from Paua Ustage.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we all work really closely, you see.
Aye.
But as the kind of resident designer,
Yeah.
But I was the youngest of that crew.
So you were younger than Jan
All
and
of them.
Haraina?
All of them.
Yeah.
Jan would be in his 70s now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hiraina would be, she would be like 66 or 67, maybe.
And look at you, you're only 40 years old. No one even.
Oh, you're terrible.
But what was it like back then when you guys were doing that, when you were designing it? Take us through.
I think it was Hilda and Jan. They were the ones who guided. They were the real leaders, not the men. I think at that time there was a lot of. I think the Hīkoi was making inroads on how our people were thinking. And there was a lot of disjointed, like we were arguing with each other, tribally, hapu, whānau.
Because that doesn't happen now.
Yeah, it's got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the flags killed all of it.
Yeah. But that was happening then.
But it was a way of, I think, we were inspired by the Aboriginal flag. 1974 they had. Theirs was first designed. They sold it a couple of years ago for $23 million.
Wow. The first one?
The Aboriginal flag.
Oh, wow.
They sold it.
Wow.
They sold their rights to it for $23 million. Wow. It's not enough.
No.
Te kara will never be sold. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Belongs to us, it's ours.
All right. Take us through the process and what happened, the competition.
1989, there was that idea that came around about, because we acknowledged our brothers and sisters across the ditch with their kara. And then I think Te Kawariki thought that it would be a good idea to kind of unify Māori and have this competition and sending it out right throughout the country for us to have a flag that was designed by Māori, Māori kaupapa. We had 3 entrants out of the whole game. and they were ugly.
Can you still see the other entries?
You're talking like 35, 36 years ago. But they had no designy qualities about it, you know. It's like, you want a fern or a kiwi, you know, like, well, that makes us all one. You know. Hīkoi did come up with some kind of design, but what she came up with is not what we ended up here. We had a lot of wānanga and hui. And I was just talking to one of the girls, she rang me the other day, and her sister was one of our key, Emily Yates. We could never have done anything without Ems. Ems was the partner of Jan. Mm-hmm. Em made sure we got wherever we needed to go in Hīkoi, where we got safely. You know, organised marshals, everything. And it was her sister that rang her. She goes, she had memories about, you know, that. And she will say, you know what, I went to bed. She was only 12. And used to been up all night. Anyway, they got up next morning and she reckons she got up and everyone's going, Linda's done it. It's red. Because I lived a couple of houses down from Jan.
Sorry.
I know. So I'd forgotten. See, because I had to sit at the table and draw it. Like put it back together and refine it on a piece of like maths paper, grid. Yeah. And then we don't know. Everyone's going, oh, do you still have it? We, what? Did he? No.
It was used for recreational purposes.
So he got rolled up with some hooch from the Gumfields. I don't know. No, I think that, and because sometimes I felt like a fraud for years. I was finishing my last year of art school, working, looking after my kids, getting the shit kicked out of me every day. I kind of got sick of that. Yeah. So we just packed up and left, which is what I meant by getting a normal life. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. And healing, and then I started, and then I got back into it.
And can you take us through te kore, te ao marama?
I have a real simple way of explaining.
And the red. She's added red.
Well, basically it was, she's finished it.
Yeah, cool.
So it's, for me, that aligned with that. I didn't feel like I was just a little part of it. I was a big part of it as much as they were. We all were. So I always acknowledge everybody. Not, and then when I see it's just got my name on, it has Hīkoi and Jan, but we have to acknowledge the whole whānau of Te Kauriki. Because you can't row a waka by yourself.
No, you can't.
It goes round and round and round. No. You can ride a surfboard, but not a waka. Because I've lived with it so long, it's taken on, it's got simpler. Te kore is not truly black. It's the long night, eh? But in te kore, there's that seed of potential. And that potential talks about us, about surviving, you know. This is my thing. Just having, it's just, it talks about our creation stories, talks about our whakapapa, you know, because when we look to the night skies, everything exists in there. But it's that seed of potential that makes us who we are. Oh, good, eh?
Mate, you're good, mate.
Good. I've been rehearsing that for 30 years. No, but I'm talking from my own heart. And having painted it numerous times and just, live with it. And because you have the red, which for me is the whenua, which is life, which is where we exist on this earthly plane. For me, that's it. Wairua connects our two worlds together, the esoteric and the physical. Boom!
Wow.
I think that what we did today aligns with what we do for our community. It's about straightening things up and aligning them. And, you know, bringing back the wairua is one way we can do that. Because you saw that wāhine turned up and she was so happy to see you there fixing it up. You know, you have to do it. It's a reminder of it's what we have to do.
Yeah, that whole service to
Well, when
tino.
you're born Indigenous, you're born into the service of your people.
Aye.
And it's not part-time. It's 24/7 every day.
Yeah.
No days off.
No.
I've tried to have days off. I have tried.
Yeah.
But it's so, the mindset has been set in my brain for so long, I don't know how to switch off.
And that's what I think some people need to know, is that especially for designers, Māori designers, and I'll say this from, my mahi, that I feel that, the tino underpins many of our whakaaro, and especially for me, a lot of the design work that I do. And and to you and everyone, like I do think about that a lot.
Well, Tino Rangatiratanga, the tikanga,
Aye.
underpins the kaupapa. But there is a difference between the values of tino and te kara. Te kara, listen to this. Te kara is the physical manifestation of the tikanga of Tino Rangatiratanga.
Aye. Oh, you got to use it!
Where did that come from?
Wow. Oh, that's the first time we've ever used that, whānau.
But it is.
He's absolutely wrapped too.
Oh. But when you see the te kara
Aye.
flying in the wind,
Aye.
and it does this movement. And because, being Indigenous, we see a tohu in everything. And when I see flags and kara everywhere, it makes my heart, it just gives me the warm and fuzzies. It takes a lot to give me a warm and fuzzy feeling. But it's sending like subliminal message, like feelings out. And it's like a sharing of, it's not just a rag blowing in the wind.
No.
It's sending out vibrations to our people, safeguarding, it's kaitiaki, and that's all it is. So I know it sounds a bit airy-fairy, and I'm not an airy-fairy person.
Are you sure? You're sounding pretty good now.
Am I?
Yeah.
But I do think about wairua, the spreading of wairua to our people in some kind of healing thing, and which is what I think of when the flag is flying.
Oh, that's cool. The vibrations that it puts out.
Because it's like te
Lovely.
reo. Te reo is a vibration.
Aye.
Unless you hear it and feel it, you don't get it. But this is sending out, and it's looking after our people. Or the kara, whether it's iwi kara, like nai tahu, or nai tūhoi. I love their flag.
Aye.
And when they fly it, it's like, it's a beacon for their people.
Aye.
Beacon.
The tūhoi manamotu haki one. Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah. It's just acknowledgement. That's
Aye.
all that matters to me. And where it came from and who it represents us.
Let's go into that because, not everyone has supported the tino movement and the, some people have been, ripping it off for years. Without truly being involved in any kaupapa at all. Like, what are your, from the beginnings of that happening to now, can you tell us like how it was in the beginning when you saw it starting to happen as opposed to now?
I don't think we truly knew how significant it was going to be. Even when I had kōrero with Hilda, we did not know how big this was going to become. We wanted to be a symbol of unification and freedom for our people, but we didn't know it was going to get pushed to be that exploited, not just by the Chinese, but by our own, who have never... My thing is, I didn't see you on the Hīkoi. 85? Which one were you on? But they've had some kind of foresight, and they've seen something, and they ripped it off. They knew to make money out of it. While the rest of us, I was so unaware. It was not my thing. I couldn't believe it. And I actually was felt kind of hopeless and trying to stop it.
Yeah.
Because I was just one person. Then get with Hori and Hilda. Yeah. But good luck to them. And Tino will bite ass.
Yeah.
So my thing is that when you ask us to merchandise tino, do it with the best of hearts and give back to our people, but f***ing ask first. I'm over it. People, they reproducing and then they're asking me. And then they cry when I go, nah, what do? What's your kaupapa? Who are you passing it? Pay it forward. Refuge, food bank. No, not so your mummy can go to Australia, for a holiday. Think about it. You send a lot of kids to Aussie for that.
It's become such an iconic symbol of Māori.
Of what?
Well, for Māori all across the
people don't
Aotearoa.
understand it. People are whacking on a T-shirt and whacking off to it. They still have no deep understanding of the whakapapa or the kaupapa. It just f***ing stops me in my tracks when they want this, but they can't tell me what it's about, what's the purpose. And a lot of people do, and they're doing it for whānau. They're raising money. Like, got one guy in Perth who's helping the homeless. Go for it. New Zealanders have ended up on the streets over there. And he would send me photos. And, for me, that's the purpose. One of the purpose, is to do that. It's to help our people. It's meant to make you more politically astute.
Who gets to rep it? Like, is there
whoever I like?
Well, but it's one of the things that probably Pākehā would probably ask, or people that
I don't care what Pākehā think.
But it's like, well, who gets to rep it? Like
Pākehās don't.
Oh, right.
No, it's ours. The thing about Te Kara is that it's uniquely Māori in design. It's made by Māori for Māori. I didn't make it to sell it to tauiwi, even if you're in a Māori institute, organisation. No, I'm staunch about that. Sorry about it.
We had this kōrero, around, as artists who are under constant scrutiny from people, and that's just I see it as it's just like something that if you're going to put your mahi out, you need to be prepared that
for the
critiquing
yep.
and everything.
Yep.
And I love when people critique on my pieces of art and I don't really like that, and or I've done something for something else, and I don't really like that. It's not really the thing. I get it about art's so subjective, and everyone can have their own whakaaro, kei te pai, but there usually are no solutions to there's no thing. And you might go, it gets a lot because people constantly say it to you, and then you're just like, well, you know what? Go get your crowns and
that's right.
You feel like that because it's like, well, get your own crowns and then design one yourself. And I'm like fully
I've said it
go
heaps.
design some stuff yourself, and then like partake in the kōrero. Like, it's okay, like just constantly, and it's probably
that's
something
too
that I
nice.
shouldn't do. But I'm like,
that's so nice.
it's just
It's like, no, you go, if you can do better, bro, can do it.
yeah.
And then they go, ugh, because what we have is a gift. We're lucky enough to be imbued with this gift of creativity and finding and having a awesome brain to go with it. I just think that in 2000 like now is that you should be more politically aware, and it's around not just around te kara, it's around gender rights, it's around diversity. It's around even our tauiwi, supporting tauiwi. So tauiwi, there's us, and then tauiwi's everyone else for me. That's how we kind of look at it. So the rest of yous are all from somewhere else. This is our whenua. Be, mindful, be political. I mean, as bougie as I am really mindful about our communities and the diversity in there. So I'm always really I hate that word, empathetic to those in need whether they're black, white, or rainbow. I love rainbows, you know.
Nā aniwani wā, nā tangata aniwani wā.
Uenuku, you know. Having a great message, you know, visually, however, whatever your genre of work is.
What's your point of difference that's going to set you?
I'm as bougie as
Other than that.
mine is 40 years in a painting. There's 40 years of conceptual work and being able to contextualise that as well. You know, try a year. You know, I always think go to art school for a year, because what it is that it's not because you're not good enough. You're gaining more tools for your kite, and because that's all that's the biggest thing that every day. I love learning new shit. I love being able to put something into my kite is huge, but I love being able to add to it, and I love learning off people, young, older. Yeah, you're never too old to stop learning. Some people think, oh no, I know enough. I've been to an art school, but art school doesn't make you learn. It doesn't make you a superstar. I went to art school with a couple of wannabe superstars. Where are they? Yeah.
I always think about that because I always say this kōrero story about me going to university for 4 years in a design degree and me thinking it was just the biggest waste of time for me. Wait. Until it was like a second year, third year photography thing, which ended up being this.
Yeah.
So it was just one thing that I did at university.
You found your thing.
It was my thing. So I had to go through all of that shit because I hated it. But it was this one thing that I did at university called the Hori that looked at stereotypes connected to that kupu that became this.
It's you.
So it's those little bits of things that you go through in your kite.
Right.
You know, for me and why I'm is that it's been a big part of my art journey and my whole decol in my head and trying to understand, relearn about who I am. So it's been a big part. And I think for other designers and Māori designers and artists that, have used it in some type of way to support the kaupapa and prolong it and keep it going, I think it means a lot. And I think that's why a lot of people, there's a lot of people that need to, this should be something that keeps happening every.
Yeah. I think my most important thing to me is that when we're all gone, that the history sticks to the kara, that you don't get the other stories like, oh my God, there's some fantasies going around.
Tell us one fantasy. You're going out with a bang though, aren't we?
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. But succession, just making sure we keep the truth around te kara and that we maintain it and that we follow the tikanga and kaupapa around Tino Rangatiratanga, the values. Because if those values are still adhered to, that will fly forever.
Aye.
Yeah,
we go. Oh, you've got 5 of them in today. We're going to wrap it up soon. There is only one, isn't there? There is only one. Tēnei te mihi ki a koe e ho. It's been such a pleasure to have this kōrero. I really was looking forward to doing this and to have you down here and so we could scheme for our little projects.
Oh, we don't want to share that.
We won't talk about that. Thank you for being with us in Otaki. You're welcome back anytime.
Nā mihi.
Bye!
Porokate is a podcast by the Hori and te Kuru. Toi tu te porokate, toi tu te reo Māori.
Bye.